Last week, the M23 rebel outfit announced that it was ceding its positions in Chibumba, a town located a few kilometers outside Goma, to the East African Community Regional Force.
Tunafurahi sisi M23, unaona tunatengeneza barabara, hii barabara na taruzi national numero 2. Sehemu yetu tulishatengeneza na nyinyi waendelee na kutengeneza bufanya vitu ya development kati ya hii eneo itakuwa mzuri sana.
M23 had captured Chibumba at the end of October. In a communique signed by its political spokesperson, the M23 termed the move as a gesture of goodwill in the name of peace. However, on Christmas Day, General Sylvain Ekenge, the Congolese army spokesperson, declared the withdrawal of M23 from Kibumba a publicity stunt, accusing the group of targeting Sake City in Masisi, about 30 kilometers from Goma.
Toutes les unités désengagées de Kibumba, au lieu de regagner leurs positions initiales de Sabignon, conformément aux décisions du mini-sommet de Luanda du 23 novembre 2022, prennent une autre direction pour renforcer les position de Tongo, de Kishiché et des Bambous avec l'intention manifeste d'occuper les territoires de Masisi.
The withdrawal of M23 came after a leaked report by UN experts accused the Rwanda Defense Forces, or RDF, of having conducted military operations in eastern DRC and supplying arms, ammunition and uniforms to the M23. Rwanda has rubbished these accusations, instead accusing Kinshasa of fabricating a massacre that formed the basis of the latest UN accusations. In a statement, Kigali says, attempting to manage complex situations by simply repeating and amplifying false allegations of the DRC government cannot lead to solutions. Notably, the sensationalized Chishishe massacre, a fabrication of the DRC government that is attributed to M23, has quickly spread without any investigation of the facts by any credible entity. The Chishishe massacre, in which 131 people were killed, happened on November 29th. However, M23 denies it committed the massacre, saying stray bullets killed only 8 civilians.
Accent. Thank you.
Philip Kasaija, a professor of political science, says the UN, the US, and France's accusations of Rwanda supporting M23 is a distraction from the relevant questions on the ground.
These are matters of fact. You have to prove it. But also there is equally an allegation that the Congo government is in cahoots with FDLR. And what is the aim of FDLR? Is to exterminate, to go back to Rwanda and exterminate, complete the genocide which they never completed in 1994.
Dr. Charles Tolit Atia, a researcher with Center for Alternative Policy, argues that there will never be sustainable peace in eastern DRC if Rwanda's political interests are not taken into account.
FDLR is one of the most organized. They have a firm force with complete, functional and standing military structures. And that I want to tell you worries Kigali day and night.
Tolit adds that Uganda's bilateral agreements with the Kinshasa government may also have fueled the conflict.
For instance, the issue of this infrastructure road. Now, there's no way Rwanda is going to be comfortable with Ugandan forces trying to claim in the name of putting up infrastructure, roaming within the edges of its borders.
But if revolutions are born out of a country's inability to react to its social climate changes, one would ask, what exactly are the political reasons for M23's rebellion?
The M23 protects the Banyamulenge or the Tutsis of Congolese origin. Secondly, of course, their citizenship. It means that what Congo has, they also have a right to inheritance.
Various diplomatic initiatives have been launched to resolve the crisis in eastern DRC, but the M23 continues to hold on to its positions. So far, the Kinshasa government has managed to exclude the M23 from the ongoing peace process, now chaired by the East African Community in Nairobi, declaring it a terrorist organization.
By declaring it a terrorist organization, by extension, do they want to associate Rwanda with the elements of support of terrorism? The politics in Kinshasa needs to be sorted out. There are no two ways about it. There is a big issue of governance, there's a big issue of democracy in the Congo.
The recently concluded Nairobi summit invited only 53 rebel groups out of the over 130 outfits operating in eastern DRC, which include Allied Democratic Forces and the Democratic Forces for the Liberation of Rwanda. Making the peace talks exclusive is a mistake.
You can enter into agreements with all the others, but if you have one which is even occupying territory, what will be the effect of that this agreement?
Perhaps the roots of the current conflict can be found in the 2013 Nairobi Declaration, when the DRC government of the time agreed to work with the original M23 outfit.
The top leadership, including people like Bosco Ntaganda, including people like Mateke, have always found a political landing space. That has not been the case with the rank and file. These are young men and young people who are confronted with all sorts of challenges: unemployment, lack of school.
The DRC is the latest entrant into the East African community, whose principles are based on economic integration, prosperity, people-centeredness, and private sector-led development. However, these tenets cannot be achieved with the ongoing conflict in eastern DRC.
So anybody who is negotiating this peace accord needs to spend time to thoroughly go to deep historical research to understand what the actual local political sentiments are. If it is basically the political agenda as defined, crowned, and dictated by Kinshasa, I don't see that region coming to settle down very soon.
With its vast and critical natural resources, the DRC is critical to the development of Africa. Only time will tell which direction the peace process takes when the talks resume in January. Gillian Nantume, NTV, Tonight.
En cas d'une nouvelle initiative de guerre de l'armée nationale ou de ses supplétifs.